We have won the Great War. Now we will win the last war. We'll rip her out root and stem.
Yo, 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 yo. It is Sunday, May 12th. 2 more episodes away from the wrapping up a 8-year, technically 9 because we skipped 1 year, but series that's probably been one of the best series that's, I would say, way up there, maybe even in my top 10, definitely. Game of Thrones. Yeah, we're going to have to start doing some shows and trailer reviews for series that's coming out, because there's a lot of excellent series that's coming out. And I definitely want to have a little area where we could just discuss this. I mean, I got a couple of things that we're going to be releasing soon that's called On the Binge, where we be binging a lot of shows that I haven't gotten a chance to, series that I never got a chance to, that I could just start going through. We're going to start doing some, a segment where I just revisit some old films that I've seen before, some classics. We're going to do some classic reviews of old shows and films, particularly films. That'll be mostly films. But On the Binge will be shows that I've been meaning to get on, that I haven't, and I don't know if I'll do like episode to episode breakdown. It probably won't. It'll probably be first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. I might like break it up into threes, so you can kind of see where I'm at what point and where I'm going. Or I might actually break it up, but then I will release it all together. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see how we'll quarterback its organization, but we definitely will be doing something called On the Binge, and definitely where we could actually start reviewing a lot of series that's actually out and that's of note, and things that we actually really talk about a lot in this atmosphere. So let's get into it, man. I'll do the review first on where we up to, because this is going to be, I'll review episode 4, and then tonight is going to be 5, and next week will be the 6th episode, the last episode. And the ones that I missed, 1, 2, 3, I'll probably put like what my thoughts of those shows in those episodes, and review those and tell you some ideas and things that I thought of, and hopefully I could get back into where I was at that time when I seen it. I do want to do some catch-ups, stuff that you guys could watch along with me, see if you enjoy it. And like I said, it's a new show, so or rather this is a new channel, I should say, excuse me, and I still want to give you nothing but a lot of content. I'm very active in terms of watching great shows, especially if you guys suggest some stuff to me and just want to see my point of view and thoughts and perspectives. But let's get into it, man. This is the episode 4 review. So let's talk about it. I forgot what dragon that they put down. I don't think it was Drogon, but when I saw that they shot that dragon out the sky, I did not see that coming. And a lot of things that a lot of people are discussing online is Daenerys's war strategies, if you will. Because I noticed it back in the other episode when I know she couldn't see to light the trench, but when they lit the trench, it pissed me off that she didn't burn everything that was behind the line. She should have been shooting flames. Once you seen that they lit the trench, everything behind the line should have been destroyed. Because you knew that they were going to post up against it before you realized that they were going to lay down on the fire. I would have burnt everything out of there. To be honest, I would have took it a step further. I would have dug a deep trench and put some sort of fuel, diesel fuel or whatever fuel that they had back in that time that was flammable, so that you could have flamed everything on top, so that once you would have had, like, say if I could have created a moat right at the base of the trench. So you have the trench and you have maybe like a 4 foot deep moat. I would have maybe 4 foot wide, 5 wide, and filled it with nothing but like some sort of fossil fuel. You could have lit that, and that would have been the barrier around the whole entire that would have been a barrier around the castle before they would have ever tried to breach. That means that they would have had to go through a 4 foot deep or maybe 5 foot deep moat of gasoline that's already on fire. Once you lit the trench, you would have had Daenerys flying behind the line, burning everything behind them to make sure that nobody, like everything, I created a barrier, and now I'm gonna air out all of you guys. Like they said at the time, they didn't know if the fire would have just done off the whole entire dragon fire would actually kill them. So that's one way to find out. And that would have been, gave you guys enough time and would have got rid of enough of their soldiers before they would have ever had an opportunity to breach it. You know, a couple of things that that I liked in this episode, seeing Brienne, knowing that Brienne got, now that she's an official knight, the moment she had with Jaime was so on point, and it was so sad. One thing I thought that's beautiful about, especially Gwendolyn Christie, because it's so funny about her. When you actually see her in person, she is an extremely effeminate woman. And the funny thing about it is I love her laugh. She is funny as hell. Like, I like people that like to laugh. I love women that love to laugh. Like, something about a woman that loves to laugh is awesome to me. So for her to be so tall and so strong and imposing, because she is a soldier, she is a knight as of now. When it came down to the drinking game, because he knew what he was doing, Jaime's little brother, Tyrion, knew what he was doing. He knew she was a virgin. When she got up and bounced, and Jaime got next to that a little bit later, they knew what time it was. They knew what time it was. And I thought it was like an excellent moment and a quiet moment and a deeper character development moment for her, because we see such a strong soldier at her most vulnerable, which was in an intimate moment. And you can figure her character out very well, because she's a tall, imposing woman. No one would, she wasn't looked at as the bad chick, but she was raised as a soldier. I think she lost, I don't want to lie on myself too much. I think she had some brothers at one point too that might have been killed. I think they, in a backstory, I can't really remember, but she was raised a soldier, and this is her actually activating her femininity, her womanhood, her, and even her vulnerability as a woman. And I thought that they touched on it so well. And the fact that she was like, I'm going to help you undress me. She was like, yeah, let's do this. Because she was feeling him too. It was a very quiet moment in those scenes that I thought that really, that's where the writing and the direction went to the next level for the show, you know? A couple of things also, now that we know that who Jon is, and Jon told the secrets to his sisters, which I don't know if that was wise, but I knew what he was doing. He didn't really lie to Daenerys. He kept his word. He let Bran do the talking. So technically he didn't tell him. He let Bran do it. Now that it's there, I really see his sister, oh man, what's her name? Not Arya. Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner's character, man. It just is Sophie Turner's character. She's taking all that she learned with Littlefinger and she's putting it in the game for the thrones. She rather, one thing I do like about them Northerners, they would rather remain free than anything before they deal with dictators. She knows through Jon they'll be free. And I like the fact that Arya stood in between. She said, no, Jon did the right thing. We weren't going to win. We needed those dragons. He did what he had to do. But she was like, now that's done. We the North all day, baby. She came down and did what she was supposed to do, but we not gonna bend our knee to tyrants no more. We made that oath. We gonna have to walk that one out. But Jon is a person that if I bent the knee to Daenerys, then we have to be people of our word. We can't just use her to help fight our battle, even though it's gonna be a battle for everyone. But it was going to start with the North, and they would have steamrolled the North. She helped save the North. On some level, you kind of owe her your submission. What they should have procured was that we'll help fight for you, we'll stand by you, but after a year of servitude, we will secede. That should have been let known from the rip. But it was a hard game to play. That's why Tyrion told him when they even went to Cersei, I respect the fact that you're an honorable person, but could you learn to lie? Learn to lie. This is how they play the Game of Thrones. Braun now. Braun is being Braun. Braun is being Braun. He pulled the arrow out, let you guys know, slap Tyrion in the face. I don't even like you motherfuckers. Even though Braun, I think that's what I think he likes him on some level, but Braun is Braun. Braun is about self. All about self. Nothing more, nothing less. And Braun's being Braun. And on some level, you kind of got to respect it. On some level. And this is where Braun is going to show what he's about. I believe that this was a episode that was setting position. Sophie was setting her position. We already know what her position was, but now she put her hand in the pot and told Tyrion what it was to play the game, to create a situation within her camp. Because she knows Tyrion sees it. So she knew how to work Tyrion to her advantage. She would need Tyrion to make the next move. The unit. He already let it be known what he's about. I don't think he told everyone, but he's about the realm. He don't care who sits on the throne. Everybody know it should be Jon. Because he doesn't care about the power of it, so he would rule with the people first, as opposed to making sure that he is in control. He just want to make sure everyone's straight. He don't even want the throne, and that's the reason why he is most suited for it. Now, I still believe, even though I would like to see him on the throne, I'm starting to really see more now a space with Arya and Gendry, but she just curbed Gendry the worst kind of way. I like Arya's character, but certain things that Arya's doing, even though I don't like it, I want to make sure it's within the realms of her character. It's certain things that they were doing too much with Arya that started making her go the realm of magic. And it was like, I know she's kind of magical in her own way, but you're not even using the rules of what she does. She's an assassin. Assassins and straight up warriors are two different types of people. So now she's assassin and a better warrior than Brienne. Like, you're doing a little too much with her. It's like, I know she was gone for a couple of years, like 5 years, but her talents have supersedes all. Like, it's just a little too much for her development. Like, it's just a little bit too much, especially when you had other characters that were at play that were better suited for some of the moves that she was doing, or rather could have made her escape more believable had more people been fighting amongst her. Or if she was gonna be that kind of nice, she should have been working that in tandem with her faceless skills, like somehow been able to be faceless and move amongst the zombies. I would have liked to have seen that. Then it would have made more sense how she could blow past like yards and yards of White Walkers and jump in the air and just do it. Stab the king like that. It was just like, don't get me wrong, it would have made sense if she could do it, but they just showed her like she just ran through yards and yards, like how she just left the castle and somehow ran that fast and past all of them. And the Night King, who's been able to move and see plays ahead, didn't see especially past all of his soldiers, not notice this little girl run past all of y'all. It didn't make sense, especially since she's the faceless one. Instead of using her talents and her assassin talents to at least explain how she could move past all of them, she just ran straight and beeline and jumped in the air and just did it. It was like, it looked like y'all really fighting hard to wrap this bad boy up. Like, it just seemed like, yeah, let's tie this up. We gotta make this go. We gotta make this go. And it was like, it just took a lot away from the intelligent writing from Game of Thrones, which they're actually known for in my eyes. And it took away from the intelligence factor that, like I said, this series is, and this show is known for. Also, we're starting to see the beginning of what might be the Mad Queen. When they killed Melisandre, all their names is just running into each other for me. Missandei. When she died, she's a baddie. When she died, or got killed rather, and she said, like, basically they say Dracon or whatever she said. From the writers, they say that means light them up. You seen her face, like she is between Jon really having a stronger name to the crown and her seeing that no one looks at her as a leader, especially in the North. It's starting to get to her. Jon even told her, I don't even want it. But now he has to deal with the fact that that's his aunt. And the Northerners, they don't do that incestuous stuff. But the Targaryens, that's not an issue for them. And now it makes this new episode coming out tonight a whole lot more interesting, because I really want them to deal with them. But then we gotta have the war with Cersei now, because Cersei already let it be known that she's willing to ride this bad boy out all the way to the end. I didn't think that this was gonna be the grand finale with them, but I thought it was a good way to change up what we didn't expect. And I understand people are getting mad that people think that they're being subversive just to be subversive, and I can see where you would think that, but I would like to employ this other point of view. There's nothing wrong with getting rid of the Night King early, because at the end of the day, it all kind of still makes sense that they was going to go through the North first. The North was protecting that anyway. Once it came through the North, the Army of the Dead, they would have came down anyway. Cersei wasn't going to be a part of that. Cersei would have been like, let them steam over you and we'll deal with the rest of y'all after the fact, and we'll fight them. We'll fight the dead, or we'll fight the winner. We'll fight the winner. I don't care. She was willing to die behind it. She's not getting up off that throne. She'll risk everyone. You see how she brought everyone behind the castle? She wants them, and that's a smart move to see how bad Daenerys wants that throne, that she's willing to steamroll the front and kill the people that she's so-called trying to free just to get to the Iron Throne. This is gonna also lay more weight to the idea that she's going to be the Mad Queen. They already had the Mad Targaryen King. She will be the Mad Targaryen Queen, which will weaken how she looks to the people. Even if she takes the throne, if she's going to take the throne by blood. And that's going to open up the floodgate for some sort of insurrection, even if she was to win. Not to say Cersei's looking that far ahead, but Cersei knows one thing. She wants to expose Dany for the nut that she sees her to be. No different than she is. Cersei knows could tell the people that wants the throne just as much as she does. And she's going to expose that if I'm a bad queen, you're going to see what you're going to inherit just the same. One way or another, I'm not just going to come up off that throne and I'm going to make you look bad. And this is what it's going to be. We see the beginning. But I'm going to leave it here. We're going to do a better breakdown on a lot of these episodes on the 8th season. I'm going to do a long one about everything where we got up to this point so we could get better prepared for the final episode. Yeah, we're going to do something we're going to have a strong week representing that. And then I also got to put out some Avengers material this week. So we're going to have a strong week coming with a lot of videos. Just stay tuned. But this is the wrap up for Game of Thrones. Love this show. We're going to do a deeper breakdown later on. But I did want to do a quick review of episode 4. And yeah, we're going to keep having some fun with this one, man. So stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about episode 4. What are your insertions? What do you believe that will happen? Let me know all your theories going on. And what are you looking most for tonight's episode? So this is May 12th. You already know the Flicks, Picks, and the Milk Picks. And till next time.